Hi friends, my name is Jenna. I'm a full-time traveler who practically lives out of a suitcase. At the beginning of this year, I went to New York City with my boyfriend, Danny. This was the adventure of a lifetime, and the cherry on top was that we got engaged. Come travel with us on this extra special trip. Good morning, everyone. It is 2:30 in the morning, and we are headed to New York. First, we have to go through Kansas City, and then we'll be heading out there. So, fingers crossed we don't run into bad weather, but we'll see you there. Our first flight, we got really lucky and had the whole road to ourselves. The second flight, we weren't so lucky, but it was still such a beautiful view of New York when we landed.
All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. 'Cause all I want, and I pray.
We made it to New York, and we got pizza, and now we're gonna chill. We got into the hotel at 5 p.m., but we were so jet lagged that we had to make an early night of it. Good morning, everyone. This is day one, our first full day in New York City. Today we find out what our Broadway Roulette show is, and then we're gonna go see it tonight. So we got our Broadway Roulette show, and I accidentally spoiled it for myself because they text me it. And I didn't realize that they were going to text it to me. I thought they were just going to email it to me. So I already know, but I'm very excited. At first I was kind of disappointed by it, but I'm excited now. Are you excited?
Yes. Should I be?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, open. Unlock it. Yeah. I just have it right as you unlock it.
Oh, interesting. I think that's a good one.
Yeah?
Sure. It'll be unlike the Disneyland one.
Yes. That's why I was saying I was kind of disappointed at first, because I was like, oh, I've seen that. For the most part, we don't have any strict plans. We're just going to kind of play it by ear and see what we get up to. But I think we're going to get some breakfast and coffee first, and then head out to Times Square or something. Our first stop was coffee, and this coffee is amazing. Go get it. Then we headed out to the iconic Times Square. Pictures do not do justice to how overwhelming this place is. It is amazing, and I was so excited to be here, but oh my gosh. This is where Instagram boyfriend training really paid off. Something really funny is that the whole time we thought we were looking at the tower that they dropped the Mears ball on, but as we were walking away, we realized it's on the tower opposite. There's also a Disney store in Times Square, and you best believe we went there. It was so adorable, and I loved the staircase up to the second floor. That's the cutest thing I've ever seen. But Daniel thinks it's silly because it's Christmas only. After we finished up at Disney, we headed out to the street to a place called Junior's Bakery. This was probably some of the best food that we had on our trip, and we had a lot of good food.
It's cool.
So the main reason that we came here was for the cheesecake, but we're so full. Maybe not our dessert bellies though. After that, we took the metro over to the American Museum of Natural History, and here we saw many celebrities. If you're familiar with Night at the Museum, this is the museum that it was based off of, and they do still have all the props there, including Dum Dum. But it was really cool, and in some ways nostalgic, just because of how that movie impacted my childhood. We also got to watch this cool astronomy show in this giant globe that reminded me of Epcot. As night fell, we headed back through the metro and to our next stop, the Aladdin show. I didn't get to film here, but rest assured it was just as good as the Disneyland version. On our way back to the hotel, we got takeout, including this black and white cookie. Hey guys, we just got back to the hotel. We watched Aladdin and it was amazing. Now we are just chilling at the hotel, watching HGTV and ready for day 2. Day 2 started off with breakfast at Daily Provisions. I got a matcha and a cruller, and oh my gosh, I still have dreams about this. We then took a lovely walk down to the High Line, which is an old railway that was converted into a walkway for pedestrians. The High Line is a great way to see some of the architecture that makes New York unique. We stopped to admire this futuristic complex and later found out that that was where Ariana Grande lived. And then we got off at our stop, which was the Chelsea Market. If you all have been here, you know that I'm a sucker for a good marketplace. And right across from the Chelsea Market is the Starbucks Reserve Roastery of New York City. It's funny because I've never intentionally tried to go somewhere with a Reserve Roastery, but I have ended up going to half of them in the whole world. So this is my 3rd stop, and I think I have to go to the rest of them. What do you guys think? I ended up getting the most expensive cold brew there, but it was so worth it. And then we had to make a stop to the 9/11 World Trade Center Memorial. This memorial is so beautiful and almost eerie. There are 2 gigantic holes in the ground, right where the buildings used to stand. It really just is an incredible monument that you do have to see if you're ever in New York. Later that evening, we went over to the Pierpont Morgan Library. The admission was free on this night, and seeing all of the architecture is so beautiful. There's just not a lot like it in America. They had a little evening social going on, but the showstopper was the library itself. The Morgan Library is home to many first edition and priceless books, including 3 of the 49 remaining Gutenberg Bibles. On our way back to the hotel, we stopped at Vito's to get some delicious pizza and garlic knots. Good morning, everyone. Yesterday was a bit long and crazy, so I didn't get much time to talk to you. But today we are going to spend our last full day in New York, which is kind of sad because I love it here so far. We're going to go on a ferry to see the Statue of Liberty, and also go on the SummitONE Vanderbilt building, which I'm really excited about too. So lots to do, and not a lot of time to do it. SummitONE is a relatively new skyscraper and lookout point, and also an art installation. The art is amazing, but the views, breathtaking. SummitONE is right next to Grand Central, and of course, if you know me, I had to take a look because I'm obsessed with train stations. Then we decided to tour New York in a different way, through the Hudson River. Our tour was with Big City Tourism, and I really cannot recommend them enough. It was very fun, and the tour guides knew so much about New York. We headed back to our hotel, not before stopping to get some halal, and then we had a quick siesta before heading back out for the night. That morning we had seen New York during the day, but Danny insisted that we had to see it at night too. The Rockefeller tree was still up even into January, which was so beautiful, and then we headed up the building to see it at night. And he was right, the city was brilliant at night, but little did I know he had something else planned for our final day in New York City. The absolute sweetest couple I will remember forever took our photos and videos of this moment, and then after that another guy took photos of us inside. I cannot thank them enough for making our night special. We went up that skyscraper dating and down engaged.